Hey team, so when we ended class, I got the feeling that maybe we needed a little bit more discussion about the news and media speech so everyone felt comfortable coming prepared on Wednesday. So I just wanted to point your attention to a couple of things. Within our Drive folder, you'll notice at the top here is this news and media speech folder. Go ahead and click in there. There is the rubric, so how you'll be scored, the assignment details, and this news and media worksheet and outline. If you've clicked on this before, I've actually just uploaded a brand new document, so go from this one please, because it's just brand spanking new. Okay, so the top part of this document contains a worksheet that should help guide you with your thoughts as you're putting together your speech. I'm going to jump down to the bottom because this is what your speech should look like when you're done. Now, I'm going to read through this because I want you to get a sense for how this will sound. I'm also going to time it, so we'll see if I stay in time. I don't even know. I haven't practiced this yet. So you will see my eyes reading this text. I hope that you have some time to practice yours, so I don't see you reading yours. I just want to give you a sense for what this is ultimately going to look like. So I'm going to jump in. Here's my news and media speech for you. Hi folks, do you remember how much fun kindergarten was? Remember the paintings you would bring home and give to your mom or your dad, and they would eagerly hang them on the refrigerator and proclaim you to be the next Picasso. Me too, I have such fond memories of those moments. I'm Gretchen Lindell, and today we're going to talk about the recent news surrounding school closures around the world. We're going to examine why some people think schools should be open while others believe they should be closed, and then I'm going to tell you my opinion on the topic. Let's get started, shall we? Believe it or not, some people think that schools should be open this fall, even though the COVID-19 pandemic is still underway. In the article, The Importance of Reopening America's Schools This Fall, published by the CDC, on July 23, 2020, the author states, schools also provide critical services that help meet the needs of children and families, especially those who are disadvantaged, through supporting the development of social and emotional skills, creating a safe environment for learning, identifying and addressing neglect and abuse, and fulfilling nutritional needs and facilitating physical activity. School closure disrupts the delivery of in-person instruction and critical services to children and families, which has negative individual and societal ramifications. Additionally, in the article, Schools Should Be Open This Fall, in Full This Fall, published on July 13, 2020, in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Joe Nocera, don't do that in your own speech. Columnist for Bloomberg Opinion states, several things are clear. First, the percentage of children infected with the virus is exceedingly low, and the percentage who die from it is microscopically low. Second, the recent protests have made it plain that people view some things as more important than risking the chance of being infected. And third, remote learning is a disaster. While some vehemently believe schools should be open, others are opposed to the idea. Let's consider why. In the Education Week article, most educators want schools to stay closed to slow the spread of COVID-19, published on June 3, 2020, authors Kurtz and Bushweller state, 36% of teachers, principals, and district leaders say they have a physical condition associated with suffering adverse effects of the coronavirus. An even higher percentage, 69%, report that a close loved one they see often has such a condition. In addition, 7% of respondents are 65 or older, which the CDC indicates is a risk factor for severe illness, and 26% are male, another risk factor. Teachers in those categories worry about the implications of returning to school. Furthermore, in the Sacramento Bee article, California schools should remain closed until science says it's safe to reopen, published on July 15, 2020, author Rachel Baird states, if we want to open schools without sacrificing the teachers, school staff, vulnerable family members, children, and the greater community, we need to wait until it's safe, and we need objective, clear metrics to help us determine that. Much like some states did with reopening, we need to establish county or regional criteria and not allow school boards to force people back until those measures have been met. While some believe that schools should be open and others are opposed to the idea, here's how I feel about it. I think children should be going back to school if and when it makes sense for their districts to do so, meaning it should be safe for students and teachers and staff and administrators to return prior to making the call to send kids back. Some nations, and frankly some remote towns here in the States, do not have access to the technology they would need to successfully participate in remote learning. In the BBC article, Coronavirus, How the Lockdown Has Changed Schooling in South Asia, published on September 21st, author Shruti Menon states the UN says that at least 147 million children are unable to access online or remote learning. In India, only 24% of households have access to the internet, according to a 2019 government survey. That's a ton of students. If it makes sense for them to not go to school for a year, then I think that's what they should do. However, maybe they can modify what a classroom looks like. Perhaps they could hold class outside when the weather permits. Personally, I think any school is good for children at this point. In conclusion, today we spoke about the recent news surrounding school closures around the world. We examined why some believe schools should be open amid the COVID-19 pandemic, whilst others are opposed to the idea. And we also spoke about how I feel about the topic. Can our country handle a year without beautiful paintings thoughtfully created by kindergartners? I think not. Thank you. All right, so guys, look at this. Ooh, can you see it? Okay, I have to flip my screen. That says 4 minutes, 59 seconds. So we just hit that 5-minute mark. So this should give you a fair idea of kind of the size of what your speech should be. So this bottom part. All right, so hopefully that's enough information to get you on your way and help you create a stellar speech for Wednesday. Again, please look at your email for that speech order. You'll see it there. You know what, I'm gonna flash it here real fast too while we're on, so you can look here and see where you are. And if we're all done here, guys, I'm gonna say, see you later. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Stop share. End.